All right, so here we are. I'm going to be working on my Dodge 2500 today. I'm putting together a little video because I have to replace a couple different things. First thing is the heater core inside is leaking. So behind the dashboard is a HVAC box. Inside that is a heater core along with a evaporator coil for the AC, and then what they call blend doors. I'm also having issues with my blend doors, and I'll explain a little bit of this later on. But basically, what was happening with mine is one side of my dash, the passenger side, had nice hot air coming through, and the driver's side was kind of lukewarm. So doing a little research, that's a problem with the blend doors. Also, I had some foam that was had shot up a few times over the last few years from my events. So again, I'll explain that later. But here's the here it is right here. So it's a 2000. See if I can step back a little bit. 2004 Dodge 2500. I got about 120,000 miles on it. I've had it since 3,000 miles. So it's been a good truck so far. Had some little things going on. Again, we're going to tackle this HVAC. The reason I'm making this video is because I've found several videos on how to do this. All of them are kind of all over the place. I have one video that I found that you completely disassemble the dash, and there's a million pieces and a million screws. And the other video I found, you don't have to do that. But there's a little confusion on that. So I'm going to skip a lot of the stuff. I'm going to kind of go through the steps as I finish them, show you what I did, and hopefully in the end it'll be successful and it'll help you along the way. All right, so I'll get going. All right, so the first thing I did is I removed all the covers that I could get off. There's several covers. There's one on the side here. You can see I actually have excuse me, part of my stereo component hooked up there. Got the front dash taken apart. Glove box just comes right out. Underneath here is the only one. This cover here, there's two screws. You can see I have some external wiring for brake control and some other stuff. But anyways, there's two screws, one here, one on that side on the bottom. Take those out. That whole cover comes off. And then on the passenger side, there's another cover just like this. Again, all these pop off with the exception of that one that's right underneath the dash. Then in the bottom here in the middle. So the one in the bottom here in the middle too. So what those are going to do, there's a lot of main big bolts right here. A lot of your biggest bolts and stuff like that are behind these access covers. So again, I'll let you know how I proceed from here, but that's the first step, is accessing all those main locations. You can see those big bolts up there too. There's another one over there. All right, on to the next one. All right, so quick update where we're at. So I pulled the middle console out. Hopefully you know how to do this. It's pretty simple. There's actually, hold on, let me get the console to show you. So this is the bezel that goes over your dashboard, and right in here, right underneath there, there's literally one screw that holds that in. Everything else, if you look at the back, all those little snap things, just pops right out. So take that one screw out, pop that out. So what I notice is on the passenger side, it's pretty loose. The whole dash and everything moves. This one here, this side, it's rock solid. So what there's an additional cover that goes right here. So right below, you'll see it's a plastic cover. There's two screws, one here, one here. Take that out, and then that pops out, and lo and behold, there's a hidden bolt right there that's keeping that baby pretty tight. So I'll give you an update in a few minutes. If there's anything else. I think that's really it. I did take out my ashtray. That just pops right out. I may have to take this cup holder out as well, but again, in the next update I'll let you know. All right, so had to take steering wheel out, and here's why. There's bolts underneath here, two bolts right there, and then from what I found, I believe that's it. Let's see if I see any other ones with the camera here. Don't see anything. So I'll let you know if there's more. But anyways, taking the steering wheel out really is more time consuming than it is difficult. Just because you have this wiring harness, these wires, where is it? There you go. These wires and some wires in the back. But again, it's not the most difficult thing in the world to do. But yeah, it's something, it's gonna make my life a lot easier, because those two bolts that I showed you, you can get to them by just dropping the steering wheel, but then it's gonna be sitting on this here, which at some point when you remove this dash, it's gonna be in the way, so it's just easier in the long run to remove the steering wheel. All right, so we got the dash off. So my theory is actually correct. So looking at it from the underside here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you have 6, 7, 8 over there, 9, 10, and then there's some small ones here that are across the dash. So these things here, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those across the dash, and then these screws here and here that were underneath the steering column. So that is all that holds that dashboard on, besides wiring harness, wires. I actually had more problems with this stuff here. So I have a strobe system in this truck. I have an amplifier in this truck. So there's a lot of things that are in here that actually cause more of an issue trying to pull this dash off than the normal components themselves. So this here, this is from the this is your shift lever that goes to the your column shifter. That needs to come off. Emergency brake, or excuse me, your hood release needs to come off. And then this is all the wiring harness stuff here. This is the other side of it, and then your wiring harness on the other side over there. You can see that. Try to zoom up. That's it. So it's time consuming. It was a little bit time consuming because I was kind of doing it trial and error. Oh, the other one that's very, very important, see this right here? So I'm not a mechanic, I'm not 100% sure, but everything I've ever learned, anything yellow is your airbag. So my understanding right there, that's your main airbag control box. There's one wire right here. That's what goes to your dashboard. So that has to be disconnected. You can reach it. Let me zoom back out. It's a little much there. So you can actually reach it, and what it is, it's one of these pressure. I forgot. I don't know what they want to call it, but that just kind of pushes in, and then there's a little tab here. Push that tab in, and that black lever comes back, and then pops it out. So. That was holding me up when I was first pulling the dash apart. So again, not super difficult, time consuming. The steering wheel definitely has to come out. As you can see, I had this resting on my front seat. So if that steering wheel was there, that'd be a pain in the ass. And that's actually was real simple to disconnect. One bolt that goes right through here, pulls out. I didn't really have to spread the yoke at all. It all just kind of pulled apart. Pretty easy. All right, so, and now we're actually looking at the dash. You can see all your connection points. 1, 2, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, might be another one over there, but anyways, that's it. So again, the reason I made this video is because I watched a bunch of different videos. I got people that are taking apart all the different components in the dash, and just to get to this right here, that's what I'm going to be taking apart next, and I'll show a video on that. That's your HVAC box. So I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm done for the day. Unfortunately, got to go to work. So I'll catch up on you. I'll catch up with you tomorrow with another video.